Are you feeling alone or overwhelmed navigating relationship challenges, parenting difficulties, or caring for aging parents now that you've entered midlife? Have you started to feel invisible or uncomfortable because your skin, hair, your body just don't behave the way they used to? Are you noticing changes in your moods and your body like anxiety, anger, brain fog, maybe weight gain? Maybe you feel like something inside you is shifting, like you just want less bullshit and more peace, or more than this. You might feel like you need to make a change in your career or your relationship, or finally start that book you always wanted to write, or that hobby you never had time for. You are not alone. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Sacred in Bloom, a sanctuary for the evolving woman navigating the changes, challenges, and yes, even opportunities of perimenopause and beyond. I'm your host, Natalie Fossum, and this is an introduction to why I'm creating this space for us and the topics you can expect to hear more about if you decide to join us in embracing this magical midlife journey. As women, we experience multiple extraordinary metamorphosis points throughout our lives. From our transition from little girls to teens during puberty, to our evolution as women in our 20s and 30s, as we focus on nurturing things into being, whether it's children, careers, relationships, or art. Midlife brings its own unique transformations and challenges. It can cause us to start redefining our relationships, our careers, what we want from our health, what we want from our life, because we begin to have the wisdom and the space to redefine ourselves. One of my favorite ways I've heard people refer to midlife is second spring. It's true. This is a time of blossoming, a slow and sacred unfolding of what it means to be feminine as your body changes and as your role as a woman changes. It can be a little disoriented and for some depressing, but it can also be freeing and an awakening to what it means to be our truest selves. And what better day than today, if you're into astrology, at the peak of Lionsgate to begin this journey. For a bit about me, I'm a certified life coach, a mother of two neurodivergent kiddos and an adult child. I'm also a woman who has walked the path of late diagnosed ADHD and navigated the complexities of career and relationship transitions. I've explored and studied divine femininity and masculinity for decades. I've come to deeply understand the importance of setting healthy boundaries after years as a chronic people pleaser and previously codependent partner. I've been happily married now for over 11 years and live with my two youngest children and my husband in the Rocky Mountains. My special interest as a kid and my focus in college was psychology. I've also been a Reiki master since January of 2001 and have been practicing tarot for over 30 years. When I entered this phase of my life, it hit me hard and knocked me off balance. I started looking for resources and was honestly shocked. So much of the content I had found had such a masculine approach to women's mental, emotional, and physical wellness topics. By this I mean it was pushing me to whip my body into shape. It was language meant, I think, to empower me, but it just didn't create space for healing. It was aggressive energy that wasn't matching the energy that I was intuitively seeking. I'm all for empowerment, but telling women to toughen up and stop using menopause as an excuse without providing the distinction that it's really a valid reason for the changes we're experiencing really got to me. If you're anything like me, you've spent decades nurturing the growth of others, working your ass off, and pushing through exhaustion because you had no other option. I believe you and I both have earned some nurturing, guidance, and gentleness as we work through this transformation. It's tough to feel empowered when your cup is empty. I want to share space with women who want to fill each other's cups. I'm blessed to have several girlfriends I've remained close with over the last few years. I've watched these women I love navigate relationship challenges, changes in their career, and struggle with health, anxiety, weight, and feelings of losing beauty, largely in isolation. When we talked about perimenopause, most of them were experiencing symptoms, but were unsure of what to do or didn't even realize they were in perimenopause. All of our doctors were clueless too. I thought, how is this not a larger conversation? Why isn't this common knowledge? So many women's topics, from menstruation to sex to pregnancy to birth to menopause to women's mental health issues, seem to be almost taboo, only discussed with close friends or family, and sometimes not even then. Most of us aren't taught to understand, connect with, or to trust our bodies and the natural changes and cycles they go through. It's time to change that, and I believe that starts with creating spaces and conversations for women like us. My search for this led me to a local community of moms that meets regularly in person and online. I quickly realized that it wasn't just the women I knew personally who were struggling with this. The majority of women I met going through this change were feeling just as lost and isolated. That's why I started Sacred in Bloom. I want us to co-create a nurturing space that inspires you to live your truth and expand your intuition and trust your evolving self. I want to create content that gives you the knowledge and tools to thrive, and a community that supports and celebrates each and every step. None of us should have to do this alone or in the dark. So this time of transformation, reflection, and sometimes even confusion can also be a season filled with joy, discovery, and endless opportunities for growth when it's done with support and intention. It's time to reclaim this time as sacred. That's what Sacred in Bloom is all about. Embracing change with grace and sharing our wisdom, laughter, and maybe even our tears along the way, because we're stronger together. So whether you're grappling with perimenopause, struggling with weight gain, aging, wanting to release or revive a relationship, or seeking to just live a juicier life where you feel more content and creative, you'll find support, insight, and community here. If this sounds like something you want to be part of, please take a moment to tap the subscribe button so we can stay connected. Over the coming months, we'll delve into topics like rekindling attraction with your partner, but also releasing relationships you've outgrown. We'll discuss creating flexibility between your feminine and masculine energies so you can get more of what you want. And we'll be challenging the societal standards of midlife to reclaim your beauty. We'll be unraveling those feelings of invisibility that can sometimes plague us as mature women in a patriarchal society that worships youth over wisdom. Additionally, I'll be touching on microdosing because it's been life-changing for me, and I thankfully live in a state where it's decriminalized. There will also be some ADHD-related topics and information on navigating perimenopause so that you can stop feeling like crap. We're also going to talk about setting healthier boundaries to create more space for your own happiness. More than anything, I want this channel to be a place for you and your healing and growth. If you've ever felt invisible or undervalued, know that here you're seen, you're supported. Together we'll uncover or rediscover the magic that lies within you, cultivate strength, wisdom, freedom, and grace as you define this phase of life for yourself. So please, subscribe, join the conversation, and let's grow together in this garden we call life. Hit the notification bell so that you can be reminded to nurture yourself, to connect with this, and to gain more tools for peace and contentment. Welcome to Sacred in Bloom, lovelies. The journey is just beginning, and I'm so honored to walk this path with you. See you soon.